I don't want to
Wow.
take you guys over.
Screenwriters typically receive 2 to 3% of a production budget of a film or project. For example, a screenwriter who creates a screenplay for a film with a $800,000 budget that pays them 3%, they'll get $24,000 for their work. Now, I can see writers striking.
Yeah.
Are we live?
We're live right now, about 30 seconds into it.
Oh,
Right now, Bones is.
Hey, listen, Linda. Don't you
What?
judge me for doing what I do.
You do it. You do it pretty good. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen. It's the best. The best time is to catch people whenever they're not expecting it. Okay.
Well,
At least Palmer had his pants on this time.
So the other day I was messing with this goat. Oh, are we live?
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's watching right now, so we're okay. Guys, if you're here, go to my page, go to YouTube. It's Bones Radio Podcast on YouTube. Come check us out. It's me, Pit Boss, and Bomber. It's something. So, yeah. Hi.
It's something.
Something. We're gonna talk about stupid shit. I don't know what, but it's gonna be there. It's where you guys should be. Why are you here, bro, when you should be over there? Don't be here, be over there. Here, and let me do this. Let me do this.
Man, I would love to make sure we actually get their TikTok names in the comments.
There we go. Now I've got to get this like.
Hey, look, we already got some people in here already.
I know, because I'm like showing everybody, hey, we're live over here. Beware,
Hey.
be over on YouTube. I don't have to mirror the video. Let's see if that's right. Nope, that's mirrored. Fuck. Okay, there we go. That's weird. No, we're live on YouTube, so
Elmo.
yeah. All right. Going
All
to there we go.
We got Elmo here. Let's party.
Hi, April. Hi, Elmo.
Hey, everybody.
Craig, it's on my page. There's a YouTube link on my page. If you have a
Just
YouTube
click
now,
on it.
it's literally look underneath the name and it just says YouTube. And you go there. And then you come see us here.
Yes.
Watch us do the crazy pole dances on YouTube.
I'm not wearing the right outfit. You should have told me.
Hello, Aubrey.
Yeah,
Hello,
I
darling.
need my leathers.
Listen, you already look like the Brooklyn Brawler right now. Okay, you need to calm
I
down.
have my sequin thong on. It's gonna scratch.
How do we go from like a Viking to a hobo in 5 seconds? Like, look at this shit. Like here to here. And it's just like, what the hell? God damn.
Hey, man. It's a workout party. No.
Social anxiety.
That's what you have.
Well, true.
That is true. But since it is 5 o'clock, we're 3 minutes in. And well, hi, folks, and welcome to the show.
Dude, that is just a freaking
over.
intro of the
It's over.
lifetime.
God
That's-
damn it.
That is the best intro ever.
Listen, I've had people dancing on chairs on that intro. I'll put it that way. Like on
Howdy,
the
howdy,
old
howdy.
intro. Oh my god, I had Tarzan and who was it? Tarzan and oh god.
Hey, Greg, what's going
As far as I know, his name's King. Off the top of my head, it just yeah. So, all right. Hi,
There's a
Laura.
stupid Fly in the goddamn
Good.
studio.
Good evening, Michelle. How are you, darling? Craig. Oh, hello, Craig.
Excuse me.
So, guys, if you're wondering where we're at, we're over here on YouTube. Come check us out. Links in my on my page. It's the Bones Radio Podcast. I'm here with Bomber, and I'm here with Pit Boss, and we're going to talk about the Hollywood strike. Let's go. They're crying about money.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Okay, here's the thing.
Hold on a second.
I think the recession's actually hitting Hollywood now.
Yeah, well, the rich finally get hit with it. I don't know.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
they gotta pay more money. I have no idea. I need people dancing on the ceiling. What the fuck? It's Heather. This is my old. Well, no, you're Laura Riddle now. So sorry, Laura. Go change your
hi,
fucking
Laura.
name.
How you doing?
Go change your fucking name.
Bones, check
Yes.
the private chat.
Oh, the private chat. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I thought we were talking about censorship. Yes, we're talking about that too.
Oh, okay. So both.
Yeah. Oh, everything.
Oh,
Okay.
everything.
It's a podcast, bro. You
Well,
got
yeah,
something
I
you want to
don't-
bring up? Let's go. Tell me, what do you want to talk about?
The rights of little people.
No. I just got off a 7-day ban. Fuck that shit.
No, I know.
They have a right to a taller ladder. Okay.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can talk. It's whatever.
I don't know what happened.
I was confused. So yes, we're talking about
Censorship.
censorship and the
Whoa.
Hollywood strike.
What was it about censorship that we were going to talk about? I forgot.
The biggest one
old.
is the trigger of Jason Aldean. And
Oh,
his-
the Jason Aldean thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jason Aldean comes out with a song, and everybody loses their minds. Now, they didn't lose their minds until the video of the song came out. The song had been out for a minute. The
Yeah.
video of the song came out, and everybody lost their shit because it's basically a video about do your stupid shit in a small town, watch what happens.
Right. Where I would say probably 90% of things like that are possibly
Shunned,
um
frowned upon.
well frowned upon and also at the same time can be sparked because of the atmosphere of said small town.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now, not every small town out there is, in my opinion, old school.
Yes.
Because it's a small town, they like to keep things old school, and I'm not saying they like to keep things wide or they like to keep things this or that or the other. It's just a simple fact that they keep it old school. They have old school values. So they're very Christian. They're very I don't want to necessarily say conservative, because I've met Democrats in small towns too, but they're very Christian in those small towns, like hardcore Christian.
Right.
Like there. How do you have 3 churches in a town of 500 people? I don't know, but it happens.
Well, it's just like, the Starbucks situation. I mean, look, if you're a small town, you got one Starbucks. But in small towns, you get 3 churches literally on the same dang corner.
And what small town that you've been in has a fucking Starbucks?
I'll name it Aberdeen.
Aberdeen,
They got one
really?
Starbucks. They got one.
Come
Starbucks
out here to mine, and you won't find a single Starbucks in a small town. Trust me. Starbucks does not placate to the small town people.
No.
No.
Come get your latte. It ain't a beer. I don't want it. Oh well.
I mean, I appreciate, the small town atmosphere of the fuck around, find out type of we protect our own, don't come in and ruffle feathers and stuff like that.
Right.
But and I'm not saying every small town and everything like that, but there's a lot of what can be bred out of that.
Camera just shut
A lot
down.
of
Right there.
censorship, bigotry, things of that sort can,
Did the small town police get pit boss?
depending upon the people.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's the thing with small towns. You've got to be. Now I'm in Oklahoma. I've grown up in Oklahoma. I know about small towns and all the bullshit that goes on in those. Is there what you would call bigotry or racism or something like that? Yes, there is. But at the same time, that's the reason why people move out to small towns, because they don't want to deal with everybody else's BS. So when everybody else's BS starts coming in their small town, that's when they get to the point of being like, no, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like, I moved here. I want to be here. This is where I'm at, to get away from your shenanigans that you're creating somewhere else. and now you're bringing your shenanigans here, and I don't want that. I
Right.
get it.
Yeah, I get that.
But at the same time, what's wrong with having a warm slice of apple pie and sitting down and talking about our differences?
And that's the problem, I guess, countrywide, worldwide, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
is that the hypersensitivity and hyper holism.
Yeah.
You can't have a conversation. It's either you've got to be in this type of situation, you've got to be either a KKK member or BLM.
Yeah.
You can't
yeah.
have the in between. That's not what's going to be heard. The core issue is lost because of the back and forth of the loudest people, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Right. There isn't a sense of community once you get to a certain size of
No, there's not.
No.
You know.
The problem with society now, and this is the problem with society now, in small towns, they all pretty much have the same way of thinking, and it's Lilith, darling, hello. It's one of those things that they all think and act the same way in that sense. Okay, and my experience with small towns, especially like there's a town out here called Piedmont, and it's been growing and getting bigger compared to what it was.
Mhm.
You see the sign at the very beginning of town. It says Piedmont 4 miles, end of route 4 miles. If that tells you anything. Okay.
They're right at the end of the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But Piedmont literally, and don't get me wrong, my grandma and my great grandma grew up in Piedmont. They lived in Piedmont. They both died there. So, you know, I'm not saying anything bad about Piedmont at all. But they have a very country way of thinking. Country
Yeah.
people in general are not like city people.
True.
Country people don't have the social anxieties and the issues and the problems that city people do. You're around a shitload of fucking people, so I can see why you don't want to go outside. I get it.
Yeah.
I like both. I don't have a problem with the country, and I don't have a problem with the city either way. So that's not the issue. Get that fucking fly, for fuck's sake.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
but
this.
you
He's
gotta look at
fighting
the-
flies, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
right now he's doing a right cross on the fly that's next to him. Oh, he brings out the spatula.
We're doing a play-by-play for Bombers fly swatting.
I mean, it's typically. I mean, what I'm used to is you got city, you got small town, country, small town area, but there's that spot that's in the middle, and we call that suburbia. He freaking got him, I think.
No, I
Well,
got
no,
one.
hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. When I was talking about small towns and big towns, small towns, they have their ways. They have the thing. Hi, Joker. They have the thing of everything they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And they're set in their ways. They have their festivals. They have their little parades, and they have their times and stuff like that. Now, you don't see that kind of thing in the city unless it's a major event, like Thanksgiving Day parade or something like that,
St.
or
Patrick's Day.
Christmas,
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day, something, Pride Month, all those kind of things, right?
Which are great.
So
Yeah.
no, they're great. But that's, if you want to live in the big city, you're gonna have anxiety problems because there's a lot of people around. You're gonna have those issues, and I get it. But if you live in a small town, they don't have those issues. You don't have the people that are always on the internet or their phones or something like that. They're out talking to each other and literally walking up to their neighbor saying, "Hey, you want to come over and eat dinner tonight?" And
Yeah. Hey,
chill out with me and Ethel and blah blah blah.
Hey, your dog
We
got
got
out
ourselves a
yesterday and came and
casserole.
took a dump in my yard. Could you take care of it instead of
There's no
putting
fight.
it out on Facebook and rallying the entire town against Joe Bob down the street because he's a menace to society and running him out of town. That, and I that's one of the great things about that I like about small towns or a sense of community.
Yeah. In the
Yeah,
big
I mean,
city, in the
yeah,
big city, you have two ways of thinking. You have a left and right way of thinking. There is no middle ground. Period.
No.
None. In
None.
the country, you can have two ways of thinking and still have a middle ground because you don't look at it as you're this or this. It's we're both, we're both Oklahomans. We're both from Piedmont. We both were born and raised here. We might have our disagreements either religiously, politically, or whatever. Short of ethically disagreeing, they don't really, they'll be like, well, this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah about this guy. And well, yeah, but I got this about this guy. Okay, great. And then they agree to disagree. They go have a ham sandwich and call it a day.
Yeah. It's like, okay, we won't have that conversation between the two of us because we can't agree. All right. We
Well,
can
I mean,
talk about other shit.
but that's the thing. They'll still sit down and have that coffee and that conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then
almost.
it comes to like friends of mine that I have is there's certain people that I can talk to about certain issues. Certain issues, it's just we don't talk about it because we've bridged that subject and it's gotten a little heated. So we've basically said, for the betterment of each other, it's not something that we really need to discuss because it's our own personal views.
Yeah, you
And
have
that's the
different.
same thing as-
you have different views than I do.
Right.
We all
But-
have different views. On
But if
Yeah,
but if me and him have that discussion, it's a discussion.
Yeah. You don't have to get to a point of, well, your mom, fuck you,
Your fucking mom.
and
whatever. Your mom last night.
Wow.
start
Wow.
Say, "Oh, gosh."
and
I
start,
mean, no, that's how it gets.
well, yeah, and it immediately goes to let's try to make the biggest splash to prove a point and then now you've lost the argument or lost the
Wow.
conversation.
It's
Here
always
you go. Here you go. Look at this. This is rare. This is really rare.
Yeah.
At that age,
seriously.
to know the difference between preference and opinion. I mean, honestly, anytime that we're talking about something on here, it is literally, it's literally this.
Unless there's something that you can sit there and quote.
Jeez.
There's something that you can quote from a reliable source, and I'm not talking about Twitter or Facebook.
I'm not even talking about web pages. Period.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I can sit here and I could look it up on a web page and go, okay, the Constitution says, quote, this. That's a fact.
Yes.
But pretty much the rest of it, it's all going to be what our thoughts are
Mhm.
based on our experience so far in life.
What I don't
is an
trust
opinion.
is statistics. I don't trust statistics because those numbers can be manipulated so easily. I could go to
Statistics are right 98% of the time, 70%.
Nick. Oh my god. No.
Sorry, I had to
Talk
reset.
about calling,
Fuck.
talk about calling me out. Holy cow.
No, I don't trust statistics because you can go to one page and see the same question on two different pages. One page says this, one page says that. And,
Right.
and at that point,
unless-
statistics in that point are an opinion.
Yeah. Because
So-
you can sit here and quote a statistic based on a sample size. Now, if you were able to say, we sampled every single male.
Is that what she said?
Difference between
God
Hawaii
dang
and Texas.
That fucking childlike laugh that he fucking has, it kills me every time.
Well, and that's the thing is like you can't believe in statistics because you can manipulate them in a certain
Yeah.
way because all they're going to say is statistically there's a 90% chance that you're going to grow a third eye out of your forehead.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
that-
but
that's-
you don't see the paragraph above that we said, okay, people that have been to Chernobyl and all of these other things that narrow everything down to that percentage.
I look at statistics like I look at Family Feud. We interviewed 100 people and this was their answer.
Right.
That's the way it is to me.
Well,
It's
and that's the
always
thing
gonna
is
be
until you
different.
can get to a point where you can get the entire population
Yeah.
Mhm.
not just,
A select amount.
right.
Because
But
that's in statistics. With statistics, what they do is they go around and they
Right.
interview so many thousand people of what's your opinion on this, and then they go, well, statistically, this is this. The only way that you're going to get really like true, I wouldn't even say true statistics, but close, is by records. So if you want to get the statistics on people that are killed by gun violence every year, you could get it from all the police stations.
Right.
But you'd have to call each one individually and say, what is your statistics for this? How many people were
Yeah.
shot here? How many?
I mean,
And
you
then
can do
you
statistics
do that.
on past events.
Exactly. On
You
past
can't-
events,
you can't
yes.
get statistics on opinion.
No.
Well, you got to look at too when they ask people, let's say ask 100 people, if you're a righty or a lefty. Okay, but the question on that is that are you asking just the lefty people if they're righties? Is it just it literally it's like you statistically ask out of 3 out of 5 smokers, okay, they all smoke with the right hand.
Right.
Well, duh, you're going to have that statistic, literally, because it's already there.
Yeah, that
Well,
statistic exists because that has already happened. That part of life has happened. The thing, like, okay, so let's get back to the Jason Aldean thing. Okay, let's get back
Real
to
quick.
that.
Lilette's comment that
The last comment.
Oh my gosh.
To show that 9 out of 10 people suffer from diarrhea, that means there's one person that enjoys it. Wow. But let's talk about the Jason Aldean thing. Okay, he literally told people to fuck around and find out in a small town. That is nothing racist about it. There's nothing that bigot about it or nothing. He's just saying this is what happens in small towns. Don't go there.
yeah, in a sense we protect our own.
Yeah, that's all it is. Is we protect our, and then people are taking it way the other way. Way the
Well,
other way.
and
It's stupid.
it's everybody's interpretation again / opinion based on their prior knowledge of their life
Yeah.
and what
but-
statistically could possibly mean what he's meaning.
Well,
I mean,
that's the key word.
yeah.
Possibly.
Right.
I mean, when you hear the words, we protect our own, okay, instantly people are thinking, what do you mean, own? I mean, they're going to dig into every single little word after seeing that video.
When they see let me put it this way, and I'll break it down the best way I can. When they see a white country singer talking about we protect our own, they automatically assume that he's talking about white people, not people in a small town. There are white and black and green and orange and yellow and purple and whatever in a fucking small town. Okay, I mean, there's so many different ethnicities in a small town that there's no reason for you to worry about that part. What he is saying in the video and what he's saying in his song is literally, Jesus Christ, Casper is here. Look at Bomber. God damn.
Sorry.
There you are. Hi.
I don't know
Sorry.
why my white balance is
Blinded
all,
by the light.
like I've got my lights turned way down.
I know. It's like I said, you got to do it ambient way. It's bad. I had such a problem with that at the very beginning when I started to do all this. You could see like my earlier videos, and it was shining on me like I was covered in baby oil, like just that bad.
Ladies, wouldn't you like to see Bones?
No.
Just smothered in baby
No.
oil.
No, I will Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson that shit.
It's
Daisy
literally
Dukes.
my monitor.
We were watching that the other day, and
Oh my
they did that car wash scene with those two, and they did the crossover. Oh my god, it was horrible. But basically, what they're saying is this is a small town. It's the same thing if I went to your big city and I started shit in your big city. You don't
Right.
want me to come to your big city or your city at all and start eating my stuff that you don't like. So don't start your stuff in my small town, and that's it. That's all
Well,
it is.
and that's I'm actually was kind of reading, just quickly scanning the lyrics,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's basically let's
There's-
keep things the way that we like them in our small town.
I mean,
Mhm.
there's nothing there in any part of that song that's considered racist, sexist, um, child,
No.
whatever. There's nothing in there.
Yeah.
But I can point out many of songs, literally from now all the way to the beginning of music, before even videos were even made, that were literally saying it.
Right.
And they are actually saying it in the song. And it's like, okay, how come you're not pointing a finger at that too? Because if you're pointing at this, you better be pointing at that too.
Right. If you're, you know,
There's still this separation there that pisses me off with the song. That's about it. The only thing that irritates me is the fact that you are telling people to stay out of your small town or try that shit in a small town, fuck around, find out, right? Instead of going, hey, invite them here and show them what it's like to live in a small town, show them the peace that you have and what you have. I would rather it be one of those middle of the road kind of things. Like, you know, that, I mean, that's it. You're still preaching separation in a sense. You're telling people to stay out of your small town. You're not preaching separation as in your ethnicity or your sex or anything like that. You're preaching separation as far as it goes when you're talking about my big city, or my big city and my small town. That's literally big city people, small town people. It's
that's
always a degree of separation and never a middle ground, and that's what
Right.
pisses me off.
and you know, yeah, is he kind of being a little bit more on the, I guess you could say, I don't want to use the word aggressive, more
In your face?
offensive stance
Yeah.
instead
it's an
of
offense.
instead of not offensive but offense
Yeah.
stance on it, where, you know, could you possibly come out with the same kind of song that says, hey, you know, life is great in a small town, but don't bring your shit here,
Well,
and have a little bit softer version
Yeah.
of it.
I mean, the middle ground for us, really, I mean, technically, if you're looking at from big city to small town, you got suburbia in the middle. Okay.
Yeah,
You got suburbia. Okay. Suburbia did not start until the people in the small towns found out there were jobs over in the big city.
Yeah. And
then
they wanted
said,
to kind of, it's kind of like
ash the two.
where I live. I guess you could consider I live in a suburb. And, you know, 15 minute drive down the road, I'm in what's called Chardon, Ohio, which is more of that country or lifestyle. There's,
Yeah.
you know, that type of thing. It's not full on, you know, because of how, you know, I'm in Northeast Ohio, right up against the lake. So, I mean, there isn't just pure flatland where you can, you know, you have miles and miles and miles of cornfields and soybean and all that shit. But there are those, you know, those areas. But also literally 15-20 minutes down the other direction is downtown Cleveland. So I'm kind of
You're
in
kind of
the middle,
stuck in the middle.
you know, and I would probably, for me, head more down the road that's closer to that more wide open space. Kind
There's
of
a lot
more
of
of a small town type of atmosphere where you don't have to deal with the stupidness of a big city.
I swear to God, you pick your words so well. Like, I see you thinking about the words that are going to come out of your filter is full on there. I haven't. I took my filter out a long time ago. I haven't replaced it.
Well, and because there again, because it comes down to, I try to be, when I talk about things like this, especially like this, it has to be delicate. You can't.
No, yeah.
Because then if you're not, you're just causing the same problem that we're all seeing, where there's polarism, there's extremes. So
Yes.
you got to talk about it in a way that's like, you know what? Honestly, most people have this kind of mindset where it's like, okay, we know that racism and bigotry and everything like that is wrong. You don't have to push it down our throats and scream and yell and throw things at us and all that type of thing to get your point across.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's a simple fact that no matter what you say and no matter what we do, unless we do a disclaimer before every sentence that we say, people are going to sit there and take it the wrong way. There are people right now that are watching that either A, don't agree with what we're saying, or B, don't give a crap about what we're saying. Okay, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You want to disagree with me? Disagree with me. I don't care. I'd rather you disagree with me and give me a compelling reason as to why you do, not just because I hate what you're saying. I don't like. It's like that's the same reason as me walking up to you and go, "I hate you." Why? Because I don't like your fucking face.
Yeah,
there's no reason.
That's junior high.
Yeah, and that's a lot of crap that happens now is junior high stuff.
Yeah,
and they figure, if we fight about it, we'll all be friends. No, you guys fight about it, and somebody ends up dying.
Right. And everybody's looking at a way to get that 15 seconds of fame.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, up on the internet. They're trying to shove their point across down your throat. And I don't mean to throw this out there, and I'm gonna have to throw it out there because we've dealt with it before. I have people knocking on my door telling me, "Hey, do you know everything about Jesus?" It's like, whoa, time out. I've already read it. I've already read it.
You don't need that book I read from the library a long time ago.
I like the Old Testament better.
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Why not? But I've read it. But
like there's always somebody better.
Well, that's when I was at college. Like every every semester, so pretty much every semester, you had the evangelical guy that goes into the student center outside and starts telling everybody that they're going to hell for every single reason, and then they get a crowd of people that are screaming at him, which is basically feeding him to keep on screaming at everybody else.
Yeah.
But around the same time, you have one of the local churches sitting at every single door, handing out little pocket-sized versions of the New Testament.
Yeah.
One semester, me and my friends decided to see how many we could possibly get by the end of the day. And whoever won got a free beer.
Ooh.
So then the next semester, I decided to see how many of those guys I could get to either be offended or say walk away. And this one guy came up to me and said, "Would you like a copy of the New Testament?" I'm like, "No, thanks. I like the old one better." And he's like,
I like the wrathful God. Yeah.
And literally as I'm walking away, he is screaming at the top of his lungs going, "Jew boy, Jew." And I'm like, wow, I think I struck a nerve.
Well, the biggest thing too is you ever notice the people that do have their arguments, they'll be trying to be louder than the other guy. They'll think they win by being the loudest.
Yeah.
In reality, you just lost because it just proved something's gotten your goat.
Yeah.
And you're louder than that other person. So whoever it is, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be keeping on pushing that button until you scream so loud that your face goes completely red. And
we don't have that problem here at all. And we don't have that problem. None whatsoever. The loudest guy can be the loudest guy all he wants to be. Just,
I got something for you.
Here's my thing. And this is what I can say about small towns and big towns and all crap. Children, calm down. It's okay. Some people don't like or believe what you do, and that's fine. The last person, and this is not being me any more than what it is. The last set of people that tried to push what they believed on you were Christians and Muslims and people. Religion, in a sense, was the last big push of believe what I believe, or this is what you're going to get. Years ago, we're talking about like way back then, the Christian faith came through like a wave saying, if you don't believe what we do, then we're just going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all of a sudden you have the Salem witch trials and things like that. Oh, you don't believe what we do. We're going to kill you. And when laws finally started coming out about, hey, you can't kill people because of this, then they said, oh, okay. Well, now we're just going to go door to door, knocking on your door, going, you should love Jesus. Listen, Linda, I get it. You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. Let's agree to disagree there. Okay. If you firmly believe that I am going to hell because I don't believe what you do, then just let me go.
Yeah.
You don't have to shove your shit down my throat. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know about it. I don't want anything for it. What I want you to do is respectfully back the hell up and let me live my life. And I'll let you live your life. You can Bible thump and preach all over the place all you want to do, 100%. I don't care. Go to the street corners and preach Jesus and everything like that. But whenever I don't agree with what you're saying, I'm just going to walk by you and not care. Right. You are not going to see me getting in your face going, well, did you know that we're going to talk about our Lord and Savior Odin? Let's go, boy. Let's go talk about it. And it's just like, there's no point.
I thought it was fishnets and goth chicks.
Goth chicks and fishnets, yes.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what I thought.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, I mean, at this point, I think I know where I can find information about Jesus. I don't need you to come to my door to tell me.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, if I want to know, I'll go find it.
Do you notice they don't have them in hotels anymore, right? They don't have any Bibles in the hotels anymore. It's an old school hotel if it is.
Yeah.
But any of the big hotels and stuff, like the place I work, it has a hotel in it and an apartment complex and all that stuff. There's no Bibles in the hotels.
Yeah.
None. There's people there that believe what they believe, and that's fine. It's great. I don't care. But there's no Bibles in the hotel.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like that. It comes down to mutual respect about what. Look, I don't care what any. Funny story. I showed up with shorty shorts on, and I took my shirt and did the whole like pull it through and tie one time to answer the door for Jehovah's Witnesses.
Bruce, you are officially immortalized on this show now.
Dude, Bruce, we're keeping that tag up.
Jesus Christ. I didn't mean to do that.
But, if everybody would just honestly...
Never mind, I am going to do that. I wanted to do it to him. My husband wouldn't let me. Hey, listen, if you want to, if Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door, here's the thing. Have your make ready outfit, okay? Ladies, get something that is like the latex outfit or something like that, and just walk to the door with a crop in your hand and just say, "Hey, you're interrupting my session. What can I do for you?
Are you my next appointment?
Are you my next appointment?" Yes. You boys look like you could have some fun.
So, like,
that's literally what it is.
We have a sign on the front of our door that it not only says no soliciting, but it also says no soliciting. You will be sacrificed to the old gods, not the new.
Nice.
We actually have ours. It's kind of the same way, but it says once you knock, we charge $75 an hour. So so right when they read it, they go like this. I see them on the ring camera. They go up like this, they read it, and they go, and they walk away.
Well, there's that one, and I think somebody had basically the same thing that I have on a plaque, but they have it on a doormat, and they showed it on their ring camera, and they said, "This is what my doormat says." And you see them, two Jehovah's Witnesses or Bible thumpers or whatever, walk up to the door, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna go."
Oh, you, Bobber, do you see what the sister wrote down here?
What?
Full gimp suit. I'll be your Jesus. You can praise me.
Full gimp suit. I'll be your Jesus. You can praise me. Yeah, boy. Hey, listen. When it comes down to it, the premise of the whole situation, honestly, about this song and about what we're talking about is don't get your panties in a bunch if somebody wants to tell you to stay the fuck out of their town if you're doing something they don't like, because they're sure as hell not going to your town to do what they like. Okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. We're not going to go on we're not going to go hunting deer in Chicago, for fuck's sake.
We're
I
not
mean, come
rolling
on.
in, you know, with our big 4x4s and rolling diesel through.
Right. They're not
downtown
doing all
Chicago.
that shit. They're staying in their small towns, and that's fine. That's all it is. That's what they want. They want to separate the big cities and the small towns. I mean, that's the way it is. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Do that. I don't care. But do not bitch at somebody when they pull through your small town or your big city and they're just visiting.
Right.
Don't bitch the fact that somebody's coming to your town. If I'm driving through an area and it's a small town and you complain the fact that I'm there because my little fucking my car is not up to standard of the town, or the music I play you don't like, who gives a shit? I'm not living there. I'm visiting.
Right.
Like, I'm not coming through waving, flags of whatever and preaching whatever and doing this and doing that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just driving through. Let me get my gas and go. And if you show me some courtesy, whether it be small town or big city, if you show me courtesy and treat me like a human being,
Oh yeah.
and not who I am as far as gender, ethnicity, or anything like that, and you just treat me like somebody from the human race, and we treat people like people, then
Right.
we wouldn't have the problems we fucking have.
Exactly. And that's the
Agreed.
thing. It's have some humility, have some decency, have some, if somebody, and I try as much as possible, even when I'm anywhere, if somebody comes up and doesn't know the area, I mean, you don't really run into this much anymore, but they're like, hey, I'm trying to get to wherever.
Joker, I got to tell you, I heard New York gators down in the sewers are pretty big.
They'll eat a
Just saying.
Volkswagen.
Oh, I like this point right here. You're just hurting your own town at that point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're giving, if you really want to alienate your town and you really want to do that, then the simplest thing for you to do is to act like an idiot. And then that way, that's the reputation of your town now.
Yeah, right.
Not the fields of waving wheat or corn and
come to
nice kind people and grandma's apple pie. No, it's get your so and so butt out of here because I don't like you. We don't like your people in this town.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, there's been families that fought over sweet tea.
Did you make it in just an apron, Kim? Because he'd probably be happy about that.
Unfortunately, the kids are home, and they're sitting in the kitchen. I did see a picture of something dealing with chicken wrapped with bacon. It's not rocket surgery. Yeah.
You're grown, so act it. I mean,
Right.
literally, that's what it is. You're grown. Act your damn age. Seriously.
Mhm.
If
Well,
you
and-
treat people with kindness and respect, they should give it in return. It doesn't matter if you're a man in a dress or a lady in overalls or whatever you want to consider it. I don't know. I can come up with 1,000 fucking examples, but when it comes down to it, if you just treat people like people and not judge them for what they do, short of those people that like kids, we're okay with everybody else. Pretty much. Well, except the people that unalive other people too.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I got a problem with people that hate bacon.
Listen, I don't care if you hate bacon. You know what I'm going to tell you at that point? You don't understand. You're missing bacon.
That's right.
That means more bacon for me.
That's right.
Exactly. God of Destruction. What's up, man?
Yeah, Bones is wrong. So
I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on TikTok. I'm live everywhere right now. Fucking come here and love us, people.
So, and it's honestly, I think that the biggest issue with today, what we're living through right now, is everybody thinks that their opinion is the most important, and that
Is it high in
And
protein?
apparently it's low carb.
And make sure I'll eat a lot of it tonight.
Oh,
Oh.
that's where the bacon came into play.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Now we're talking.
Cream cheese stuffed bacon wrapped chicken breast, Bomber. I'll be there in
Yummy.
18 hours.
It'll take me 24.
Yeah. But and honestly, I mean, it's everybody's honest or everybody's opinion. They think that is the most important and is right, and it is somehow converted to a fact. And everybody
It's a fact because you say it so many times you believe it.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I can have an opinion about something, and if someone asks me what my opinion on it is, then I will give it, unless somebody asks me for my opinion. I'm not giving it because, one, for me, I hate it when people do it to me. Two, I don't really feel like wasting the energy.
It depends. Me and my buddy Rob used to, and this is the one thing that, and this man I consider a brother, and he's one of those people that just, he's got my back 24/7. But when we were younger, when we were teenagers, we sat there and we argued for the sake of argument. We sit there and we would argue over the color red for no reason whatsoever. I would say red is red, and he would say red is purple. No, you don't understand. Red is purple. It smells like grapes, and it looks like grapes. It's purple. It's not. But that's the red color. I mean, just stupid shit like that. And we would firmly believe what we were saying, and we would get into this argument, and we'd be compelling back and forth, right? We'd be doing that, and then all of a sudden, we'd just stop and go, "Okay, that was about the dumbest thing we've ever talked about," but we're able to debate each other and debate other people, and we learn that it led into whenever somebody says, "Hey, this is what I feel about this." Okay, well, we can come into a compelling argument and not get mad at you, and not sit there and swing my fist at you and yell at you, because I can sit there and be calm. Because our literal point to the whole thing was to see who could make the other mad, how far we could take it, how far we could push, what our patience level was. It was practice for later on in life is all it was. We didn't even know that. We just did it for the sake of doing it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden we get into these conversations with people and we're arguing for the sake of argument, and it's not bothering us. We're like, yeah, no. But see, the thing is, and then blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And the other person's up there. And you're just like, yeah. Oh, I bet. Ooh, look at you, big boy.
Those are my favorite kinds of, I guess you could say, arguments with perfect strangers, and that's usually where it happens. Is someone is passionate about something and they think that everybody else needs to listen to what they're saying and tell everybody, and you just stay as calm. This is true. You just stay as calm as possible and just say come back with a fact, and it just sends them off a deep end.
Oh, completely.
I know how to stop it real quick, though. I know how to stop the debate instantly if they get all angry.
Huh.
Are we going to have angry sex now?
You know a way to stop a debate and still leave them angry? That's it. That's literally it. Walk the fuck away.
Yeah. Well, and it's so
if I can make you angry in a debate, if I can piss you off to where you lose your shit to the point that you want to fight me, I win. Because your ignorance and your impatience is showing, and I can literally poke and prod you to where you're this stupid person that's just wanting to throw fists instead of words. And then you're calling me names and you're yelling at me and cussing at me, and I'm just gonna say, yeah. Oh, look at you. You're so sweet. I love you. Thank you so much. I will piss you off to that point. Then I'll look at you after it's all said and done and go, if you just keep your patience and give me compelling argument, then we could sit here and talk. I would buy you fucking dinner and listen to what you had to say. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But you want to scream and yell at me. and you want to sit there and scream and yell at me, guess what? All you're going to end up doing is losing, because I'm just going to sit there and laugh at you for being stupid and yelling at me and screaming at me, when all you have to do is just talk. It's not hard.
Right. Yeah, well,
I mean, I'm going to be
a whole
screaming
night
out, "Where's
with
my
us."
angry snuggles?"
No, this right here, this is the perfect example right here. Okay, I see. Yep. Literally.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you're going to act like a damn kid, I'm going to treat you like one.
There was a friend of mine, or I think it was my cousin's friend. He was going on a flight from, I think, Texas back to LA to California, and he had a bright pink T-shirt on, and in purple lettering had the outline of what
It was
would be
famine.
considered a
It was a
picture of a quote unquote 70s porn star with big giant glasses, big porn mustache. That was a picture on there. It was like, and it says,
Are you
"Jesus
sure it
loves
was
porn
famine?
stars."
Well, of course, Jesus loves everybody.
And this woman was walking onto the plane, saw his shirt, and absolutely was going to birth a cow in the aisle to yell at him and scream at him, and how horrible of a shirt that is, and how he's disrespecting the name of Jesus and blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
he's just sitting there just staring at her, and then she finally took a long enough breath, and he goes, "Well, doesn't Jesus love everybody? He might not love what they do, but he loves them."
Mhm.
And
Oh,
she was just like, and he's like, "I swear to God, I heard something pop," and then she walked away.
Yeah.
That's the best one ever.
It's just stupid for people to sit there and lose their shit over some. The funniest argument I've ever heard, and it's been the recent ones, is who the better president is. Those are the funniest arguments to me, because I'm like, okay, oh, okay, because this person did this. No, the Congress did all that. They just approved it and signed it.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down. It's okay.
And that's where, like,
But they said this, and this. Yes, those are called words.
and that's and that's where, like, 90% of the time when anybody starts that conversation, I'm just like,
Oh, jeez.
Nope. Yeah, I'm out. No, I'm done. At that
Because
point, when you're
me-
arguing over who the better president is, I'm done with you. Yeah, at that point,
or anything political, because me and the person that I can sit and have a conversation with about politics or presidents or whatever, or this or that, anything doing with that, are people that, number one, I have those conversations with, and most of the time they're going to be probably my wife. What?
Well, what are you gonna do if the Cheeto gets back in? That was the
Going
funniest
back
fucking
to
thing.
the
And listen,
homeland.
I don't agree with a lot of Bomber's views on political stuff, and he knows that, and I know that. It's fine. We don't care. But the funniest goddamn thing, because I look at politics as comedy, 100% comedy. When Trump got into office, I went, ooh, 4 years of comedy.
Oh, right.
4 years of fucking pure comedy. When Biden got in office, ooh, 4 more years of comedy. That's the way I look at it, because of the shit they say and the shit they do. It's just funny as hell, because the highlight reels of presidency are their greatest mistakes. Literally.
True.
So it's just comedy in my sense. And because I know SNL is going to get a hold of it, and they're going to do something with it. I knew SNL was going to get a hold of Biden and just go with the old factor the entire time. And I forget this and I forget that. It's funny as hell. I think it's great. I think it's hilarious. They got a hold of Trump and they showed him like a jackass. That's fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But when this motherfucker sat there and said, the Cheeto man, I lost my shit.
Angry Cheeto.
Angry Cheeto man. I lost my shit. I laughed so damn hard. Like he's just shaking and that Cheeto dust is going everywhere and shit. That's all I could see. It was funny as a and just fucking shower of orange. I was laughing so goddamn hard when you said that, dude. And that's the thing. I can laugh at that. I don't care how much he hates Trump. I don't care how much he hates anything as far as politically goes. He can hate it all for all I care. Because I know at some point he's going to make a funny.
Yeah, it's and at the end of the day, it's my opinion,
Exactly.
and it doesn't affect anybody.
You know, my favorite thing about it is that the best president of all time is the one that was never in office.
Okay.
Think about it for a minute.
Let's just go ahead and do that right there. And that way we don't have to worry about that. Oh,
No, it's true. It's true. The best president of all time is the one that was never in office.
Who?
Whoever it could be. Think about it. Just think about it for a minute. Every president that's ever been in there, it's always been problems, right? The president that's never been in office was the best president ever because there was nothing wrong about him.
So anyway, this live stream is brought to you by Bomber and Bones. That's right, Bomber and Bones.
True, though.
Musical chairs. Okay.
It's true, though. It is. It's true.
Yeah.
Hey, look at there you go, right there. You can have different opinions and still be friends. That's the way it used to be when you didn't ask who you voted for.
Well, and like me and Kim don't see eye to eye, 100% eye to eye on each.
Oh no, I've watched you too.
Things.
I've watched you too.
And it's fine. We can have a debate or a discussion about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've watched you two have those discussions.
And at the end of the day, we're not going to be like, well, you're going to go fucking sleep on the couch now.
No, I've watched you two have those discussions, and they were very civil. There was really no raised voice and no argument about it. It was a civil discussion between the two of you. Then you two went into the same bedroom as you normally do and went to bed. No big deal, right? Yeah. But if we treated it all like that and treated it with actual compassion, and we treated people in general with a modicum of dignity, then we would get a lot farther in our arguments. Then we would see, who's really running what and who's really doing what. I'm not getting into all the conspiracy theory bullshit that everybody calls it. But at the same time, people would see.
Bruce.
I just fucking saw. So Pat Paulson? Who the fuck is Pat Paulson? I have no idea.
No, I don't either.
All I know is I saw this and I stopped. Just like, wait, what? You can tell how much I pay attention to the fucking comments. Sorry, guys. Now, if you guys are over here, I'm going to say it real quick. If you guys are over here on YouTube, come over, or on TikTok, come over here to YouTube. The link's in my bio. It's not even necessarily in my bio. It's on my page. You guys can see the link right there. It says YouTube. Okay, that's everybody that has a YouTube. They move their link right there. That's where it is. Okay. Don't go to my link tree that's going to take you to the merch pages and shit.
He wasn't laughing. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh dear God. But that's the thing. When it comes down to it and it's all said and done, it's one of those things that you have to sit back and learn to relax and have a compelling discussion with somebody. And when this song came out, and Jason Aldean was doing his thing, and then this song came out and everything, I watched people on TikTok lose their shit over music. If you guys can't get over the fact that somebody's going to write something that's going to offend you, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, honestly.
Now, and that kind of leads into part of the topics that we're talking about is the censorship part of it. Now, before anybody starts, and this is one of the things that even other words that people throw around, they don't know the definition before they just start throwing it. The only time that there's a censorship is if a government or private institution decides to make laws or rules that disallow you to exercise your First Amendment right.
Yeah. We're literally the only country that bitches about every little fucking thing that happens in our government and with the people and stuff like that. We're the only country that gets so easily fucking offended by everything. Dude, I remember back in the 90s and the 80s and shit like that when you could say whatever you wanted to say and do whatever the fuck you wanted to do, and if you got offended, oh well, cry about it, get on with your fucking life.
Yeah, you're a bad person, and then they walk away.
Uh-huh. Now
Okay.
they have to throw full-on protests and parades in order to grab the attention of everybody to say this person was bad. Okay, cool. I'm waiting for the day that happens to me. I'm waiting for it because I'm going to be
Same.
right back on here going, guess what, guys? Whatever you're doing, I don't give a shit about.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
not going to affect me, and you're not going to affect anything in my life.
Well, and that's what a lot of people I've seen on TikTok that is either and this is where it's the people that are don't see anything wrong with his song immediately throw the word censorship up because it got pulled from the radio, it got pulled from CMT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not censorship.
No, that's not censorship at all.
That's a company protecting their interess.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
Why
make that
is
decision.
CMT? Why of all people? Why is CMT taking that fucking down?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But I do know. Let's look at the real facts here. His name is out there. That song is out there. That song is getting so many views. So many views. So many of these haters. So many of the people that like him. Everybody's downloading that song because of this.
Right.
I mean, that song is huge on the list right now. I mean, literally, there are radio stations right now that are saying, if we play it, we're going to get nailed. And then, but the problem is the managers are going, this is free publicity. Our name's going to be all over the place if we do this. We don't even have to work hard.
Right.
We're following the money train. And right now, he's making bank.
So I
just
can
on
give you
that
an
song.
I can give you an example of what a censorship thing would be. Do you remember back in like late 90s or late 80s, early 90s when there was congressional hearings about
Tipper
music?
Gore.
Tipper Gore, that
Yes.
whole fiasco?
Mm-hmm.
That is an example of something that could have created censorship. That was the government getting involved and making a determination what is obscene, what should people hear, and everything like that. The positive that I see coming out of that was that, and some people will say, no, it's not a positive, but there is ratings. And if there is explicit lyrics on a song or on an album, it's labeled as such.
Because that's true.
Completely fine. That's completely fine. But their end goal, that Tipper Gore thing, that her own was to basically, Jesus says that this is the devil's music.
Yeah.
And you're telling people to go out and kill people and murder your parents and she was just ranting and raving because that was her view, and other people that were like her, that was their view.
Okay, let me ask you this. If people are offended by what Jason Aldean said, and I'm gonna pull it up here. Country music star Jason Aldean is facing immense backlash over his new music video, Try That in a Small Town, which combines news footage of Black Lives Matter protests, violence, and crime with lyrics such as, try that in a small town, see how far you get down the road, around here we take care of our own. Got a gun that my granddad gave me, they say one day we're going to round up, well, that shit might fly in the city, good luck. I mean, honestly, okay, so Jason Aldean said, try this in a small town. We're going to make sure you fuck around and find out. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's the difference between try that in a small town, you're going to fuck around and find out, and some rap video talking about bitches, hoes, and drugs and money? Why aren't you offended by that?
Why
aren't you offended by a rapper that refers to a woman as a female dog? Why aren't you mad about a rapper that bitches about, or that sits there and sings about the drugs that he likes? Why aren't you offended about a rock artist that sits there and talks about, the song Cocaine,
Yeah,
for fuck's sake. It talks about a drug. It's right there.
Right.
Why aren't you offended
Right
and
out
trying
the
to
open,
cancel
not
that?
hidden.
Well, yeah. I mean,
because it's already happened or nobody cares at that point. That is not that's making money.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, of all people for the CMT to take it down and say we're not going to play this, you're pandering to the wrong people. You're not pandering to your audience. Your
Right.
audience is country. Your audience
Right.
is small town rednecks. Let's take it a step further and talk about Bud Light.
There you
Okay.
go.
Bud Light did the same thing in their customer base, which you know what their customer base is. Their customer base sat there and said, "Oh, okay, you're going to support this, then we're not going to support you." Have you guys not learned your fucking lesson to just leave it the fuck alone and let it just be what it is? It's not why do you feel like you have to cancel people? Why do you feel like you have to break big business? You've got no reason for that.
Right.
Oh, hold on. Now my dog's barking because my dad's here. So you two discuss amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Gotta tell
No,
my daughter
I-
bye.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, seriously, as it sits right now, I mean, literally, I want to point something out that I've seen in many of the stores right now. All right, people are not buying the Bud Light. Okay, fine, great. I've seen them buy the Coors. Oh, wait a minute, time out. They support LGBTQ.
Right.
Oh, sorry, we're not going to buy that. We're going to buy this one. Oh, wait a minute, they support literally the transgender. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Oh, let's go with this one. They're going to keep on going down the line until they get to a beer that doesn't exist anymore. Just like in Chevy, Ford, Dodge, they're all supportive of everyone.
Well, and that's the thing is, most of those companies have always been supporters. It's never been put in front of people's faces to see it. You look at most big companies, they've donated to charities and organizations that support LGBTQ or transgender or this or that. And you never know because no one's looking for it. But once they make a statement, then it's, oh my God, I can't believe you were doing this. And it's like, do a little bit of research and you'll know that, okay, since, probably the mid 80s or mid 90s, Bud Lights or Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch has been donating to all sorts of organizations that you probably don't approve of.
True.
Well,
very
too
true.
bad. I mean, you've already drank it and peed it out, so too bad.
Well, you also notice that run was a limited run. Just like Coca-Cola and their beer. All right, Coca-Cola and their beer. Okay, those were limited runs.
Right.
And I got to tell you, with the strife and tribulations that every single one of these limited runs has ever done, you have just now made those highly collectible items, meaning you just put a higher value on something that would have just floated by and disappeared.
Right.
People would have completely forgot about it. Now it's such a higher value now. You're not going to forget it at this point, because next thing you know, somebody's going to say, if you had this Bud Light can, you could have had $1 million. But it's the LGBT can.
Right. Well,
But it would have been $1 million.
And I think I've talked to a couple people that I haven't gone out to a bar in a while or anything like that, but they've been like, they'll go to order at the bar or at the waitress comes over and they're like, what can I get you? A Bud Light.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that many
and it's
times.
like, someone say something. Come on, someone in the bar, say something.
I'm
You know,
like, is
and-
your car leaking tranny fluid?
But I mean, you know,
If somebody orders a Bud Light in a bar, and this is just me personally, if somebody orders a Bud Light in a bar, I'm gonna give them shit, but at the same time, I'm gonna tell them I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care what you drink. Why are you all getting mad over piss water?
Right.
Why?
I mean, have you seen what the Australians call our beer? It's piss water.
Yeah. Why are you getting mad about that?
Australians literally turn around and go, "You drink piss, huh?" I mean, they
Ooh.
have Bundy beer. I mean,
Oh
Bundy.
shit! Here, incoming.
Oh,
Now,
my.
since Kim has talked about this, we need to know exactly what she's bringing. Okay,
Well,
Yes, I'm kind
I
of curious what's on the plate.
Yeah.
we're all curious about what's on the plate now.
Well, maybe you'll see what's on. The
We know about
Think about
Jason
what's on the plate.
Aldean. We know about Bud Light, but what's on your plate, Bomber?
Hey, you never know. We might get a vegetarian in here that might be freaking out right now.
Now I don't
Yeah,
have a
I've got-
time
I've
limit
got-
because my dad came over and got my daughter and took my son back. So I was gonna be like limited to like 7 o'clock and then run. So we
Oh,
just
we
keep
can have
going if
it
you
on.
might want to keep going.
Well,
Why not? I'm
So
good.
why not? Let's just talk about things. Hi guys,
Mhm.
welcome to the show.
Let's-
It's over here. It's over here. Come over
let's just
here.
chat.
Sorry, I'm getting mad at people.
Oh, best one about that, like we're talking about how the writers and the, oh my God, really? Here we go. Oh, really?
Hey, one video goes viral of a guy busting another dude in the face with a twisted tea, and it's literally like you need to conceal and carry to get this drink.
Well, and
That's
and what's funny is that video. I mean, it's one of those. It's definitely one of those moments that it's just like, you know what? I've had enough this week.
And
I-
Bruce, to this comment, all I'm going to tell you, buddy, is you need to tuck better. You know what I'm talking about. If you're not in the
Duct
Metal
tape.
Minions chat, you have no idea that Bruce needs to tuck way better than what he does.
Duct tape. Wait a minute. Don't use Gorilla Tape because
There is no form of duct tape that's going to help that man, I promise you. The chats that I am in, I've seen more than my fair share of too much.
Hey, is there too much?
I can't, let me put it this way.
Yes.
I cannot open those chats in public, and I cannot open those chats in my own home when my kids are here.
Oh, okay.
That's that
There
kind
it
of
is.
shit. Like,
There it is.
no. What's on the plate, Mommer?
I don't know. It hasn't arrived yet.
What is she like coming through the five fucking story mansion that you guys live in?
She's coming from the West Wing.
From the West.
West Wing.
Fucking Bruce Wayne's in his garage doing a podcast. And be like, oh no, she's coming from the West Wing. I'm just over here in the
boy.
garage next to
I
the
didn't spend an
Lamborghini.
hour and a half making dinner for you to eat it cold.
Whoa.
Girl, what did you do?
What?
What did? Well, is that
Oh.
on board or is that a plate?
It's a plate.
Okay, that's
no,
one
no, hold it up,
big-ass
hold it up.
plate.
Don't you?
So-
Yeah.
So we've got the salad.
Ooh,
Got the little
Ooh.
salad here,
toss that.
and then back here,
Oh,
there.
You can pick it up.
bacon wrapped
It's,
chicken.
Kristen ate it that way.
bacon wrapped chicken breast with
Ooh,
cream cheese
Mixture.
mixture with probably I can see parsley. There's probably garlic,
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot.
She even gave you napkins. She
Yeah.
wants to keep you clean.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Little clean up
Don't you
afterwards.
dare let her hear you say that. She will punch you in the face.
Yeah, don't repeat that.
What?
He's like, she even brought you napkins. She wants you to be clean.
Yeah, that's not what we were
Oh,
talking
Jesus.
about, Bomber. Good cover.
Yeah.
Good cover. She's gonna watch this later and be like, "That motherfucker."
That's what I heard.
Kim's
My
my hero.
hero.
Kim's everybody's hero. Listen,
Kim is amazing.
I'm gonna say this about Kim. Me and Kim, we don't see eye to eye on some things, but at the same time, she knows I respect the fuck out of her.
It's so juicy.
100% I do. Because she stands on her own 2 feet. She stands firm. She stands as tall as she possibly can. But when that woman's in your presence,
Uh-oh.
she might not be as tall as you, but she's about 8 foot tall whenever she gets pissed off.
I agree to that.
So I give Kim props and respect because of that. She will make a grown man cry, 100%. But Bomber
Yes.
knows that I have respect for him. He knows I have respect for Kim, and I have respect for everybody in their household and in their little family and everything like that. I don't have a problem with anybody in that sense. How's it taste?
I'm kind of jealous.
Look at him.
I'm starting to drool here.
I know, right? Where's my dinner?
Wait, I need a towel.
Oh, I just got the finger. Okay, that was my dinner.
It's very tasty and moist.
It starts listening with. Listen, I chopped up potatoes, chopped up sausage, and put eggs all in like this hash kind of mixture that I made for the kids and the wife. So I've done my cooking for the day. Bomber, you can cry on my shoulder the next time in that case. Jesus. Well, I don't think no. That's the thing. Bomber and Kim, the reason why I have a respect for them, and this is the best thing I can say. The reason why I have respect for them is because they don't sit there and have knockout, drag out fights like a lot of couples do. They literally have discussions. They will, if they don't agree on something, they will discuss something.
Kim said the M word.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why I have a respect between these two, is because they have had their discussions next to, and I've watched it, and I've literally watched it like on a house party, or I've watched it on, on a live or anything like that. And it's respectful as shit. I mean, it's so respectful.
I mean, we've had, I guess you could say, more passionate discussions, and
You
and
have,
there's been
but you guys don't
arguments.
have that in public though.
No, but
No.
but at the end of the day,
The couch is taken up by somebody else, so you can't sleep there.
Well,
at the end of it all, we come together, we get it all out, we make amends, and
you said, I know, Bones. I know the door's open. The door's open.
Yes,
I really want to run through the door.
that's how we make amends. We come together.
You guys come together and let it all out, huh?
Yeah.
Well, as long as everybody's happy in the household, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and there again, it's not something that we need to.
Right there.
I don't need to go put it on social media, and she doesn't need to go put it on social media. That we had an argument last night.
The things that I've seen between the two of you, and this is one thing, is the thing that I've seen between you two. If you guys are having a discussion on a live or in a house party or anything like that, it's still respectful, 100%. And you guys don't air all your stuff out. Just oh, wow.
Man, that just came out of right field.
Well, we know who the top is. Anyway,
Power
geez,
to the top.
I cook food and I beat his ass.
Hello,
That's not the only moist chicken in the house. Dear God. So we've said here, and we've talked censorship, and we've talked all this now. And you guys have put in your 2 cents and everything like that. But now I want to talk about something that is really irritating the shit out of me, which is the strike in Hollywood.
This is why we're not going to have good movies. Seriously, we're not going to have good movies at all.
We don't have good movies already. It's all prequels or sequels or remakes or some bullshit. Listen, to all the writers and actors out there that are striking right now,
I will send you to Jesus.
I'm just saying, because you all motherfuckers, you millionaires out there that are bitching, you need to shut up. To the writers, and we looked up, we got the statistics, but hey, Bomber,
little white stuff
Bomber, that's why you have the napkin. So we sat there and we looked up how much a writer makes in Hollywood. A base writer in Hollywood makes $60,000 a year. Okay. If you're in Hollywood making $60,000 a year, you're stupid. Because you ain't making a livable wage out there in Hollywood, especially. Okay. Hollywood is for the millionaires. That's why it's Hollywood. A senior writer is like $94,000 a year. That's a shitty apartment in Hollywood. A real shitty apartment in Hollywood. Like, you're paying way too much money to live in a place. So, and this is what I was discussing with Pit Boss before. Instead of raising your pay, why don't you guys fight to lower the prices of everything? I could give you more money, but what's that going to do? It's going to raise the prices of shit again.
Oh yeah.
If I give you another $100,000 a year, then that's extra money somebody else can take out of your pocket. They're going to raise the prices to take it out of your pocket.
Right.
But if you fight to lower the prices of everything out there, then guess what? Then everything equals out. So your
Well,
$60,000 a year is a livable wage finally.
You know, and I understand, you know, so to me, having a writer create a script and do all of, basically that's the hard legwork. You're setting up everything, you're creating, you're doing all of this.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay them that much, but you're going to pay the person that's acting in the role millions and millions of dollars. That just seems way. It's like I created a painting. All right.
I
Yeah.
will send you to Jesus.
I didn't mean to do that, but okay.
I painted a painting, and for somebody to put it.
I know. I saw that. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying not to laugh.
Wow. Wow. No, this is literally writers, and they're complaining about the fact that they're not getting paid enough. Which, of course, you're living in Hollywood, you're never going to get paid enough as a writer. And they're also complaining, I believe it was about AI.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the news.
I mean, you got to think about where they're living at. They're living in Hollywood. And Bones pointed this out big time. We were talking about it beforehand, that you're living in such a high area for everything costing so much. Why do you want to live in Hollywood where the higher stress is, where your writing potential could be just capped because of all the stress area? Why aren't you over in the small towns? Ooh, did I say small town? Oh, sorry. And relax and chill, where you have that relaxing time, and it costs cheaper to live there.
Right.
Oh,
So, why are the actors on strike? The actors are striking because they couldn't reach an agreement with studios and the streamers on a new 3-year contract covering the scripted TV and movies. Because union leaders asked members to greenlight a potential strike as they went into the contract negotiations with Hollywood studios and streamers, and members overwhelmingly voted yes. The union called one once their current contract expired. The union called for one once their current contract expires, and talks broke down. The union said that the key issues at stake in the negotiation, including artificial intelligence and compensation for streaming, are so essential for actors that okay. So basically, what they're saying is, they want more money from the streaming services that are streaming their shit. It's not a God. We're back to Napster, people. We're back to fucking Napster. Literally
it's
back to
all over
Napster.
again.
The streaming services. So here's what it is: if they strike over having more money from the streaming services, it's not going to affect them at all. It's going to affect us who pay for those streaming services.
Yeah, on the back end, we're gonna get nailed for that.
An example is we got a message from YouTube Music saying that YouTube Music is going to go up to $17.99 a month due to, I guess, the bands and stuff wanting more money from the streaming service that's streaming their shit.
Oh my
Because I
God.
could listen to a song 1,000 times on YouTube Music the same song 1,000 times, and they don't get paid per time I listen. They get paid once a month from the streaming service. That's it. And they want more money from that. So that's the same thing essentially in this, is what they're saying is they want compensation for streaming and are so existential for actors that a labor stoppage is necessary to get the best deal. Listen, Linda, you got no reason to be doing this. You got no reason to be doing this. If you negotiate your contract properly with the streaming services and you negotiate your contract properly with the people making the movies, you shouldn't have a problem with the amount of money you're fucking making. But you don't. You just say, "Ooh, I'm gonna get Popeye real quick," and then you get your little lump sum, and you're like, "Wait a minute, why is this movie blowing up and I'm not making millions of dollars?" Probably because you took your lump sum, dumbass.
Right.
I mean,
Do you think Keanu Reeves took a lump sum from The Matrix? He probably did on the first movie, but not on the next two. The guy gave $1 million to everybody that was on the set of The Matrix. Just because he made so much fucking money from it.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, negotiate your deals better.
Yeah,
I can tell you one guy that's not on strike right now is Keanu Reeves because he don't worry about all that bullshit.
Well, and you know, I'm not 100% familiar of how all the ins and outs of what kind of negotiating power a writer has with a studio or
they're a union. It's all
union.
unionized out there.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own little bit of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is my job to write this much in this story. I write the action scenes. You write the love scenes, and you write the fucking family scenes. Whatever. That's literally the way it works. Is it's all a union, and if you've ever been a part of a union, this is my job, and that's it.
Right. Yeah.
I do this much, you pay me this much, and that's final.
And then if there's any overage, then that's a negotiated prior arrangement that's been negotiated. And I used to work with.
They're getting upset over artificial intelligence taking over. Like, I really wish I had Toby in here right now because I know he's been following this shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's AI that they're creating that creates the actual script itself. They can give it some parameters.
Yeah.
And it just spits out all of the scenes.
How many people were pissed off whenever the automotive industry went automated?
A hell of a lot.
Well, right. Yeah. And it's one of those things. And I go back to being, a creative type person, and the kind of the only I guess you could say a weird example is what I was trying to say was like I created a painting and I get paid $10,000 for that painting.
Mm-hmm.
Some gallery, puts it on display, and the guy that owns the gallery gets paid $20 million because he showed my painting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that I'm looking at it and yeah, it is with the negotiation and the union and creating contracts and stuff like that. But I look at it as, okay, you're paying somebody $60,000 a year as a writer, but the people that are putting on the performance, that all they have to do is show up. Yeah, I understand that there's sometimes where they're working 10, 12 hours and
there's sometimes they're working up to 24 hours.
Actors are out there in the wind, in the rain, in the snow, okay, I get that, but
I mean, that's
honestly,
cool, but I'm out there in the wind, rain, and snow making $17.50 an hour digging holes while you're out there acting.
Yeah,
and you've got essentials and coverage and all that kind of crap. You've got all this stuff that in millions of dollars.
Right. And I feel bad for the person that's creating the vision getting this much, but the person that gets to go have fun and play that vision,
I agree with that,
is making all this big chunk of money.
Yeah, and that I can agree with, but at the same time, if you are going to be a writer for a company, you're going to make an hourly wage. if you're going to be an independent writer like it used to be, and do you remember when we had original movies? We didn't have remakes. We didn't have stuff off of comic books and TV shows and all that shit. We had actual, real, good movies people were bringing out because writers would write their script and they would sell it to Hollywood.
Yeah, they would sell it to a production company or
And so what happened was the movie or whatever it was got popular, and then those writers are like, well, I want more money. I want more money for what I gave you. Now I'm going to sue you. I'm going to fight you in court and I'm going to stop this. And it's like, no, we gave you a lump sum for what you wrote. We might have taken your vision and fiddled with it a little bit, but it's ours. We bought that from you. This is the lump sum we gave you. That's it. Plain and simple. But individuals would write these movies and they would bring it to Hollywood and say, this is my script. That's when your negotiation starts.
Right.
This is my script.
Right.
Now you can sell it flat out to them, or you can go, I want to be part of the production and make sure that my vision of this movie isn't destroyed through you guys rewriting half the fucking thing.
Yeah, and I want residuals and a certain amount of DVD sales, and it's all in the
Just tell them you want 2% of all proceeds of the fucking movie.
Yeah,
2% of all proceeds of the movie would be way more than enough money you could spend if it was a good movie.
Right. And
with 2%, I'd be living high on the hog, just where I'm at right now. At 2% of any movie, for that matter, even the B-rated movies. The B-rated movies, just saying, the B-rated
movies are called classics. Come on.
Oh yeah, and you're making bank. If
100%.
You're making bank off that, especially if you go cult classic.
Okay, and this is the bullshit right here. This is the bullshit that I hate. Why are you remaking movies so many times? Because you don't have an original fucking thought, because you have nothing but people that you pay to write your shit. And so they say, okay, let's take the original Children of the Corn script, since the copyright's over on it, slam it down on the fucking table and go, okay, let's change what we want to change and make it better.
They're redoing Freddy.
Yeah. Why?
Beetlejuice.
Why?
Well,
Why do you
Beetlejuice
have to
is just
redo
the
it
second.
when you have nothing original?
I mean,
you guys used to come out with original movies, and style used to be original. And then after the 90s was over, we don't have style anymore. We don't have these music videos and these people, like the famous people used to look at their style and go, oh, I want to be that. I want to wear that. I want to do that. And now it's like, I'm not putting that on. That's stupid.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Nobody endorses Nike anymore, except unless you're in sports. Nobody endorses, all these other different versions of clothing and stuff. Children of the Unicorn. Oh my God! It's a My Little Pony crossover with Children of the Corn.
Instead of the children, instead of the really weird looking children that are hanging out in the corn, it's all Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash come out and kill you in the corn.
Yeah, it's the fact that I have not seen an original idea from Hollywood in a long time. It's either sequels, prequels, or remakes. Yeah. And after a certain point, I kind of get tired of watching Batman go through his childhood trauma to be Batman. I get tired of Superman going through and landing in Kansas and growing up and becoming Superman. I get tired of all this crap that you keep remaking over and over. Well, this guy isn't Christopher Reeves, so we have to redo the story completely. No, you don't. At this point, everybody knows who the fuck Superman is, who the fuck Batman is. Everybody knows these things. It's been around so fucking long.
Just start. Yeah. Well, and that's and speaking of specifically that is now they're going to reboot it again.
Which one?
The whole DC universe. So we got the whole Justice League. The whole Justice League movie and everything like that. With all the shit that went on with that.
They made a movie that they can do that with. When they made Flash,
Yeah, the new Flash basically resets the timeline,
yes,
and so
that
now
was
it's going to
smart.
start all over again.
Yeah.
But that was smart because you had the in the animated series and everything else. When the Flashpoint paradox, Bomber, do you need more chicken?
Yes, he does.
Do you need more chicken, Bomber?
I could go for another piece.
Oh,
Por favor.
There you go. But when they did the Flashpoint paradox, that reset a lot of different avenues for time travel. Is one of those things that you can set a bunch of different avenues because of timelines and paradoxes and all that kind of stuff. And you can use the time space continuum and all these different things. And it works so well that you can redo an entire series of whatever you want. I loved the Flash movie for one reason and one reason only. It was the paradox that got me. It was the fact that you start out with the
All your veggies.
Yes.
oh my goodness.
Oh, that looks good.
But you start out with one Batman, which is Ben Affleck. You go to the next Batman, which was the original Batman. He played Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And then you end with a third Batman, which is George Clooney. Thank God they didn't bring in Val Kilmer. Genius.
I don't think they could.
No, they could. Trust me, they could have. They could have had Ben Affleck, or not Ben Affleck. They could have had George Clooney like turn into Val Kilmer right in front of him. You know, whatever.
Right.
You
I mean,
never know.
it literally.
Hey,
Hi,
Brooke.
Brooke. How are you, honey?
Hey, Brooke, how's it going?
You know,
Dude,
okay, if you're
Michael
gonna, if you're,
Keaton as Batman was a straight fucking just karate expert, crazy flipping ninja guy. I mean, he was badass.
right,
Dude,
and
just the saying alone, I'm Batman. That's it.
Yeah.
That
well,
was,
and
out of the
I'm
whole
okay.
movie, that was big.
I'm okay with them resetting and doing a movie that they're gonna basically reset it. Now,
I was just told they wanted to, but Val Kilmer was not interested. You mean he wasn't interested in losing weight?
mhm.
And he's got health issues.
Well, right, yeah, he's
The man, it looks like he got stung by a bee. I mean, let's be honest. So I get it. I'm not being mean to the guy at all
No,
whatsoever.
no.
He's got health issues. He can't do that anymore. I get it. That's 100% fine. No big deal. But look how old Michael Keaton is, and he still did it.
right.
Wait a minute,
And he
Robert.
did it crazy.
Robert's
He made it-
British,
right?
technically. Robert's British. When did Batman ever become British?
Well, I mean, you can.
He actually became British in the cartoons.
But I when they casted Robert Pattinson as Batman, I'm sitting there going, "Don't make him fucking sparkly."
Jeez, that
Takes off his fucking mask. It's just a disco ball.
Yeah.
no. He
No,
flies out of forks.
I did not like Robert Pattinson as Batman at all. It did not fit, but the movie itself I liked because it was dark and it was more about the detective side of Batman.
That's where I was
Yeah.
going. Is he played, because there's two aspects, or three technically. You have Batman the detective, you have Bruce Wayne.
Mhm.
Well, that's the two. So, and no one has been able to play both sides well.
True. Because Michael Keaton was like the badass, and I'm going to say it, the badass with the hand-to-hand combat situation. He was the physical Batman.
Dude, if you have not seen the movie, go watch the original Batman with Michael Keaton and then watch his fighting style in that movie, then watch his fighting style in the Flash movie. Completely different. They upped his game so fucking hard. Like
But
they
the-
made him cartoon Batman, like kicking and flipping and all that kind of shit.
But that's the physical Batman, the mental Batman, the mental thought of Batman, because Batman already knew every single weakness of every DC character in the Justice League. He already knew how to stop every single one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
because that's the mental side of it. Nobody could actually play the mental side of Batman.
The detective mental.
Yeah.
And I think Pattinson did a good job as the detective. They went back to, of course they went back to, okay, he just lost his parents. We're going to do this again. He's dark. He's brooding as a teenager. It's kind of like what it came across as, I'm the emo kid, but I'm Batman,
Oh, the emo kid.
That's
He's
what
got the Black Parade playing in his fucking ears.
Yeah.
To hit like
He's
five
gauged.
people.
Yeah,
He's only gauged out ears.
you see him like in the Batcave, and he's like, everything sucks because everything sucks. But he did play a good detective side of Batman. Ben Affleck did a good job as the beat 'em up guy part of Batman in a halfway decent version of Bruce Wayne.
There's only one good Batman that I've seen so far, and that was Christian Bale.
I liked Christian Bale. I didn't like his Bruce Wayne. I liked his Batman.
His
if they had
Batman
gotten
was
rid of
really
his voice.
good. His Batman was really good.
Yeah.
His Bruce Wayne was okay. It was more focused on the Batman part than it was the Bruce Wayne part.
Yeah.
But he did play a nice little cocky Bruce Wayne, is what he is supposed to kind of portray, is what Batman does. But whenever you actually watch, if you actually watch the animated series, when Batman is on there, Batman is very stubborn, very I can do it myself, very, very it's my way or the highway kind of guy. And he is the smartest motherfucker out of everybody in the Justice League when it comes down to I can take you all out and not even think twice about it. I can do it with from the Batcave with my computer, and I could take each and every one of you out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's had the plans to take out the whole Justice League. He knows how to do it all. Everything. There's one called Justice League, I believe it's Doom. Justice League Doom shows one guy going into Mirror Master, going into Batman's cave, downloading his files, and it has all the files on how to beat all the Justice League members in a non-lethal way. And they turn it lethal, and they go after each one of them individually. And he's like, I know what these plans are. They're my plans. Like, I've set this up.
Yeah.
Right? And
my bad.
My bad.
Oopsie.
But he is the one that has the contingency plan for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then Superman goes up to him and goes, "Why didn't you make a plan about you?" And he goes, "I did. It was the Justice League." And like
it takes the Justice League to end him.
Right? He can end He can end Superman. He can end Superman, for fuck's sake. He knows how to exactly end Superman, right?
Yeah.
But he was like, "No, it's going to take every one of y'all motherfuckers to take me down."
Truthfully speaking, he had no powers whatsoever except for the human mind
and the money,
and the money to back it up.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm surprised one of these billionaires nowadays hasn't tried to make a Batman suit
or try to become that.
It's happened. It's in Seattle.
What?
Yes, there's a guy in Seattle that walks around literally in a Batman suit going after perpetrators.
What?
Seriously, go check it out. Batman in Seattle. It is literally there. You got to see this.
But
I agree with Kim with the Christian Bale. That's the only part that really irritated me was like the first one that he was in wasn't horrible with the voice. I mean, they did something, they tried to create it so that he had that dark, deep voice, but then it got worse.
It made it sound
it got
like
to a point where it sounded like they were trying to choke him out to make him dark, and he was like having a hard time talking.
Have you seen Bad Man?
No.
So College Humor did something called Bad Man, and it was literally the dumbest, funniest thing in the world. Like Batman's sitting there, and he's Patton Oswalt was in this too. It was funny as hell. So he's sitting there and he shoots somebody, and he was like, "Batman, you just killed the guy." He goes, "No, he's just sleeping. No, he's just sleeping. He's just taking a little nap." And it's like, what?
What is this?
And then
Batman
whenever
in
he,
diaper season?
you remember the scene where Christian Bale picks up the cop, and he's all, "Where were the other drugs going?" Right? They did that scene, and that was fucking hilarious because he picks up the cop. He's all, "Where were the other drugs going?" He goes, "What?" He goes, I'm trying to find my voice. You know, it was hilarious. And then he loses his voice. Oh, "Where are the other drugs going?" And it was just so bad. It was horrible. He did one with Bane, and where it was Bane and Talia al Ghul, and it was that scene where they were sitting there and she stabs him. And that was the most inappropriate, funny fucking scene I've ever heard. It was hilarious. I mean, the dude sits there and pulls panties out of his bat suit and holds them up to Bane's nose. He's like, "Here you go. Which one of these things do you sniff out of?" I'm like, oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad, but it's funny as hell because it just makes fun of the whole thing. But
Fight crime in a rubber suit.
it really seals in the flavor. Yeah.
I marinate my own stuff. Thank you.
No, he's sitting there talking about having sex with Talia al Ghul, and he's like, "And I fight crime in a rubber suit." And he looks over at Ben and goes, "Really seals in the flavor."
Jeez.
It was bad. But going back to that writer's strike, I looked up something else here, and it says currently the Writers Guild of America, WGA, the union representing the Hollywood film and television writers, is also on strike. So not only are the actors on strike, the writers on strike. While many of the demands of the actors union and writers union differ, there's an overlap, especially when it comes to AI and residual payments from streaming services. So what this is going to do, honestly, is it's going to make it to where movies are more expensive, streaming services are more expensive, and us, the people that watch these and that pay for these, because we're so fucking addicted to TV and streaming services and shit like that, and I'm saying this while I'm on YouTube, for fuck's sake, come on. But that makes it to where we have to sit there and pay more money to them. It's not nobody else is paying them. We're paying them. We're paying the streaming services who are paying those people. And if those people want more money, the streaming service is going to charge us more to pay them more.
Right.
And that's what people don't see. And that's why the streaming service is like, "No, dude, we're going to lose people. You're actually going to make less money."
Yeah, you're going to get to
a Blockbuster.
There's going to be a point where you're going to. That's where you're going. It's like,
sorry,
a negative return on your investment. You know, you're going to get to a certain point where you're going to go, okay, well, now we've got to, instead of paying $15 a month for whatever streaming service you're on, we raise it a little bit and then a little bit and a little bit, and the next thing you know, all of a sudden people are going, it's $25 now.
Yeah, it used to be what, $4.99 when it first came out, and now it's up to like $14, $15.
Yeah, and it gets to a point where people are just like, I'll find something else.
Yeah,
then they start shopping.
We're going to be paying $25 a month to watch these shows. I know that I'm probably going to make my FBI guy happy, but I have a way that I can watch all these shows without your streaming service.
Yeah,
people can find that. They can find a way to watch these shows without the streaming service.
Right.
Cassie, I gotta tell you.
Or you could be this person.
Yeah, Cassie, I want to know something. When you get to the end of the book, does this say "be kind"? Rewind. Go back.
No. The end of the book. You'll never see the end of the book. It's always stuck. The pages are stuck together.
Oh, okay.
You get to the last page and there's a napkin.
But oh god. Son of a bitch, Bart.
A moist towelette.
No, a moist towelette. Yeah, it's like when you're eating barbecue. Yeah, but that's the thing.
Bones on it.
What do you think? I know what I know. I know you, so I know exactly.
It's "be kind, rewind."
No, it's "be kind, recharge."
Hey, there you go, Duracell.
Lithium-ion batteries, they recharge just fine. Just let them dial away, people. They have a memory. And trust me, what they remember about you is pretty gross. I keep my, oh my God. Okay. I'm not showing half these comments. So anyway, so we've talked about Jason Aldean and the controversy on that. We've talked about the actors wanting more money and the writers wanting more money, and I get it. You want more money, cool. No big deal. If you don't give a shit about all that, then move the fuck out of Hollywood and go stay somewhere else, and you can just email your fucking scripts, whatever.
Right.
It comes down to the fact that in this day and age, what we do is going to affect just more than you.
Yeah.
You want that money. You need that, but you don't consider the people that it's going to fall on, which is the little people, the people that pay to watch what you write, the people who pay to watch what you do. And I don't know how many more times you guys are going to sit there and request a battle or some stupid shit with me, but it's not going to fucking work. Okay.
Oh my God, Kim. Oh my God.
But
Lotion on the skin.
or it gets the hose again. But if you guys really, if this chat took a sharp turn, listen, you're the reason it took a sharp turn. Oh my God, stop.
Bruce. Yes.
But when it
If you're
comes
doing
down
the
to it, it's
motion
all
right,
said and
you
done.
get never mind.
When it comes down to it, it's all said and done. More people should be enraged about the fact that you're going to be paying more on your streaming service pretty soon. Because when they come to the agreement, and quote me on this, because I guarantee it's going to fucking happen. When they come to an agreement on giving them more money, streaming services prices will go up. They might not go up immediately, but they will go up because they have to pay them that more money. And
Well,
they're
and
looking at their overhead as much as they're looking at everything else. And if
Well,
their overhead drops $1 million, then your price on your stuff that you stream is going to go.
And I think a way to solve it without raising prices is actually distribution of wealth, of payment from whatever movie or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
That-
instead
but
of
that
instead
would have
of
to- you'd
the
have to
person
kill
that
greed at that
creates,
point.
you know, the person that creates gets this much of the pie, and the person that's on the screen gets this much of the pie.
That's ridiculous.
You know, bring it a little bit closer.
Yeah. Take away from one, give to the other. Rob Peter
And-
to pay Paul. Why the fuck do we have to pay for it?
Well, right. You balance that down a little bit because everybody is going to get money from this. So, you know, do it that way, and that solves a lot of the problems. And I think honestly, people like Keanu Reeves.
Are you reading the chat right now? Because
I'm looking at the chat right now, and I'm trying not to reply right away because that's a door.
And
you see, this is what gets you canceled. I'm just saying. This is what gets you. When you talk about these subjects, listen, we'll have the whips and chains and leathery things conversation later on in life. Right now, we don't want to do that. Okay.
But interesting concept.
The pit boss is so cute trying to hold back. I'm trying to not if you guys are still over here, can I battle? No, I'm not battling anybody, Max. I don't want to battle nobody. I don't want to do the battle crap. I could do the AI motions, is that what they're mad about?
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, this is so great. Oh, thank you. I mean, is that what they're bitching about?
Oh,
Because,
that's a new one that's going out right now. Literally.
Listen,
It's like-
Brooke, whenever I get to the point of actually wanting to do that podcast, it's going to be so fucking censored. It's going to be ridiculous. All you're going to see is like black bars and beeps the whole time.
Beep bop boop boop beep beep beep.
You know that one time on a beep 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 beep. That's all it's going to be.
And then I stuck it at beep 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 in a sheep beep 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 beep, and it's completely like 5 different conversations that have nothing to do with each other, but they've beeped it all together, and all you're hearing is pain.
Or the last one.
ZFA.
Why do I smell burnt rubber?
and it's like, what the hell did I just walk into?
I didn't know this was YouTube After Dark. Anyway, you need to be 18 years old to watch this. But yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, what it's going to come down to, and Bones is right, big time on this. It's going to fall back down on the lower class, that they're going to have to spend more money, because even in a corporate world, they're going to look at, we're losing money, and we can't have our caviar because the rich people are saying they want their caviar.
Well, it's all business.
We're going to force everybody all the way down to the person that at the very end of the spectrum, and they're eating spam. They are now going to get hot dogs.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing. It's all about money when it comes down.
Yeah, and it's.
Oh,
I mean,
you'll behave. I don't have to repeat what you're saying. Listen, it is. I haven't
Everybody
repeated
else
a
is
damn
seeing
thing
it
that you've been saying,
anyway.
and you do not have to behave. You know that. I'm gonna get your muscled up ass to behave. Really? What am I gonna do? Not give you protein? Not give you pre-workout? Okay. Let me hold the 2 scoops in front of you. Be like, oh, you better act right. You better act right. You're not gonna lift right tonight. Fuck.
Well,
But
and
it's true.
yeah, I mean, it's.
But yeah, it's all about money when it comes down to it. It's
Yeah,
literally
and
people are greedy, they want more money. That's great. The more money you make is the more money we fucking lose.
Well, and everybody wants to have more money. I understand that. I mean, that's why we work, so we can have money.
No.
Unfortunately, but it at a certain point, and
Will you just
yeah,
say
I mean,
what
like,
you're gonna say, because
Toby
you
was
are
gonna say-
censoring yourself in your brain right now.
So
Stop it.
Toby said this the other day. He's like, with this writer strike and shit, I can't wait for like all the people at Amazon fucking strike. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
why
I
does-
saw that.
Why did?
Oh yeah,
I can't wait for UPS to strike, and
Yeah.
they're already
when they-
starting
FedEx,
that already.
because
when they realize that they can strike, and when people realize they have the power to shut shit down, then
Right.
and make the elites listen,
Oh, the dragon.
then they're going to shut it down and make the elites listen.
yeah, because why does Jeff Bezos need another fucking yacht?
Right?
Right.
Why
Wow.
does he?
I'm big.
That's what she didn't say.
That
I saw it, Dragon. I saw it. I just looked it up, and oh my god! So Dragon sent me this. It says Avengers of Justice Farce War. While trying to remain a good husband and father, Superbat and the Avengers of Justice come out to retirement to stop Dark Jokester and Lisp Luthor from freezing the planet. I'm so looking that up and watching it later.
Wait, hold on a second. Batman walking around with the walking cane.
Oh no, not Batman. Not Batman.
Oh,
Superbat.
Superbat walking around
So
with a
it's-
walker and a horn. All
it's
over.
Superman, Batman combined into
Oh
one.
no, I'm watching that. Nah,
Oh, I'm so.
I love stupid parody movies. I
lot
find
of
a
those
lot
are
on
on a
the
different
hub for
website.
some reason. But anyway, it's been lovely talking to you, gentlemen. I think we've come to a point now where we're showing our frustrations about the stupidity in the world for the moment.
Right.
I mean, it's just as we said, we're the best. We're the best people to realize what's true, what's not. It's up to us to decide it. So,
Hey, do it.
hey, this is SouthernVetSweets.com. I got to tell you, it's some of the best nuts around. Go check it out. Order yourself up a bag. While I'm at it, ask Bones. He's had a bag of them in his mouth this whole time.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. Listen, I didn't say that. I didn't
My
say
my
that.
bag is my sack of nuts is coming.
Mine was taken by my wife, and she said she'd never tell me.
It should be shipping on Monday. My
Well,
free
hey.
sack.
Listen, you need to do a video on that and tell everybody what you think about those. Seriously.
Oh, I'm
Just
going
tag
Oh,
Southern
yeah.
Vet Tweets in it.
Did it.
If everybody's watching, if you guys have not been, the whole 4 people that are in here, it's probably 3 of us and 1 other person. But everybody that's in here, if you haven't been to SouthernVetSweets.com, go check him out. He does an absolute fabulous pecan that's flavored. It's great. It's beautiful. I support this man 100%. He pays me nothing for everything that I do for him because I believe in what he does. He does a giveaway with us every Friday on the Bones Radio Show, and the Bones Radio Show is live every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Unfortunately, Monday through Thursday, I will not be there, but if Kat's available, she will be there to do the show. So to make up for that, I'm doing shows on Friday, Saturday, and then the podcast on Sunday. So I enjoy what I do, and I love it, and I enjoy the fact that I get to do that with these two guys. They're absolutely fucking amazing. These two are the permanent co-hosts with me on this podcast, and we'll always have guests on, and we can have up to 12 people in here discussing things. When it comes down to it, we're just going to pick apart and look at every different thing. We all have different views on everything. I think a lot of shit's stupid. Bomber always comes up with some rational reasoning for whatever stupid shit I think there is. And then Pit Boss just, he's on the fence on both sides. So it kind of gives us a good roundabout discussion of how it is. We will agree on a lot of things, but if we get into politics, then it's just going to be, nobody's going to want to watch that.
That's my no square.
It is a no square. But eventually, at one point, we're going to talk it. We will, probably when election time comes up, and we'll have a discussion about the stupidity of the election and why everybody's doing what they're doing and everything like that. And not necessarily talking about our political views, but the political views of everybody else.
The stupidity of the election cycle. I can do that.
Oh God.
That's a fight unto its own.
It is, and that's the thing is we're not trying to have any kind of fights or anything like that. We're not trying to do any of that. What we're trying to do is literally let people understand that you can sit down, have a difference of opinion, still discuss things, and enjoy yourself. That's the best thing about it. So that's what we do here. We will sit down and we will talk about everything. And if they get to the point they pissed me
I will
off,
send you to Jesus.
I mean, it's just the way it is. And if you get offended, I'm sorry. Not really. I don't care.
Emotional damage.
I'm just saying. Okay? You get your emotional damage, that's fine. I don't care. The thing is, when you're on a podcast, when you're on YouTube, when you're saying what you believe and you worry about what everybody else thinks, then you're going to censor yourself. You're going to censor what you believe and what you feel.
Right.
I don't censor myself because I don't care about what you believe. I don't. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to tell me what your opinion is, and I will gladly listen to it. Doesn't mean I have to give a shit about it. But I will listen, and I will be respectful to you. And I will tell you, hey, cool, that's great, that's awesome. But in the end, I'm not going to go home and take what you tell me to heart. I'm just going to do what I believe is right in my life. So that's why I believe everybody can have their opinion. Everybody can share their opinion. But it doesn't mean everybody's going to listen to what you have to say.
Right.
And if they do listen to what you have to say, it doesn't mean they give a shit.
Right. You know,
it's okay.
And you have the choice as the person receiving.
Do you want to reword that? You've been like so strategic this entire time, and that's what you end with?
I see the door glowing where I'm about ready to step into.
When you're the person on the end of the opinion, receiving, we're just going to go receiving. When you're
Social anxiety.
someone's opinion, you have the choice or not to fucking listen to it. It's if you don't feel that it's something that you want to listen to, you don't have to listen to it.
But that's the thing, though. Here's what I'm going to say about that is the simple fact that if me and you have a discussion about something, and our opinions differ and everything, that's fine. I can listen to your side of the argument. I can bring a compelling argument back to you. But when I go home, that argument's dead. I don't give a shit about what she said.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Next thing you know,
now
I'm
if it's
going
life changing, or if it's something that necessarily needs to be corrected, yes, I will correct it.
Right. Yeah, and that's through that discussion, and you can learn something and basically kind of see a different viewpoint on things, and maybe, and it's up to you. Maybe it may change a viewpoint, but it doesn't have to. Just because I tell you something, that doesn't mean you have to get offended about it.
Just because you tell me something doesn't mean it's fact. Just
Right.
because you tell me something doesn't mean I have to believe it. That's the same concept. And this is what I tell everybody when it comes down to arguing about things. It's the same concept as religion. You don't want a preacher in your face telling you that you have to do this, that, or the other to be a good person or a good Christian or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't want that. So why the fuck are you going to sit there and shove your views in my face as well? I have a firm and very, very fair belief that everybody should be themselves and do what they want to do. But understand there are consequences to your actions. There's backlash that will come if you decide to be more stupid than what you're already being.
Yep.
So understand that and don't cry about it when it does, because whenever it happens, it's just like, okay, what do I do now? Well, if you wouldn't open your fucking mouth in the first place, you know, you'd have been fine.
Words and actions are completely free. Consequences after that are what's
cost
the
money.
payment.
They cost a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the payment.
You
Yeah.
lay
Well,
in the
it's the
bed,
same concept. If you break a law, you have to pay a fine. You have to do this kind of time. You have to pay a fine. You have to do whatever. If you speed, you have to pay for that ticket. If you say derogatory things about different ethnicities or different sexes or different beliefs, you're gonna get the ticket for it, and you're gonna have to pay for it later. It's just the consequences to your fucking actions. Is all
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
We learn that as children, and as adults, we do not practice that. Start
Exactly.
practicing that shit, and
Right.
your life will be better. It's fine. I know that there's things that I say that offend people, and guess what? I don't give a shit if I offend you. I don't care, because your feelings do not wake up with me in the morning. Do not look at me in the morning. Do not go with me to work in the morning. They don't do any of that shit. They don't feed me, finance me, or fuck me. None of those. So when it comes down to it, I don't care about your feelings personally.
Right. Unless I have a personal relationship with somebody.
Unless I have a personal relationship. Yeah. And this motherfucker's been Jiminy Cricket, I swear to God. So, but if I have a personal relationship with somebody, I will try to mend that personal relationship with somebody. And if I cannot mend that, then at that point, that's when either a change needs to happen or we just need to walk away.
Right.
And call it what it is.
Right.
I don't give a shit about everybody's feelings. I did at one point. I cared about everybody and everything, and it got me nothing but stress and anxiety and depression and bullshit that I had to deal with all the time, because I had people constantly calling and texting and everything. And then when I got to the point of not giving a shit about your fucking problems, when I got to not giving a shit about your fucking emotions and your fucking issues, and I worried about my own, I know it sounds selfish, but sometimes in life we have to be selfish. But when I started worrying about my own and worrying about my own mental health and my own problems, my own anxiety, my own depression, my own everything, then I started to realize that it's a lot better to deal with my world. And every once in a while I'll dip my toe back into that pool and help out where I can.
Right. And it you temper your, like, it's basically like, okay, I'm gonna worry about me and the people that I care about.
Yeah.
First and foremost. That's
I'll go to bat for Bomber any day of the week. I will
But-
go to bat for Bomber and Pit Boss both any day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
But if somebody else
they
has
do
a
something
problem,
stupid, I'm going to tell them they did something stupid.
That's what a real friend does.
right. And the thing is like if people that I want to that are having issues, or whatever, or having problems, I will, if I want to help, I will help. But
you have a choice to help.
Yeah, I don't need to sit and listen to every single person's problem and figure out a way to help every single person.
Right.
And it's
I've just had my neck stepped on way too many times to sit there and tried to help.
And everybody's probably had this where you're live on TikTok or whatever, and somebody comes in and says, I'm just having, this is happening to me and this is happening to me, and I don't want to live anymore, and I don't want to deal with this anymore. And it's like, whoa. Number one,
Whoa.
I'm not that person. I feel for you, but this is what you need to do to talk to somebody. I am not the one to talk to about those types of things because I don't have the teaching and the knowledge to deal with it.
Jojo, Yeah, I mean, everybody's, if you want to help people, if you do, if you're one of those helpers, that's what they are. They're helpers and there's takers. There's people that help, there's people that take.
Right.
There's, if you're one of the helpers, fine, help.
But
Fine,
take care of
do it.
yourself too.
You got to have yourself first.
Right.
Without you can't help anybody.
Right.
Because you're already gone. There's no help there at that point. You have to take care of yourself first. And that's the biggest key. Once you help yourself, you can help anybody you want.
I was, me, Kim, and Khaleesi that live here in my house, we did a lot of fundraising lives.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where people were coming to us asking us to do ones for people.
That's happened.
And then those people that were asking were not participating.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I putting out all this effort? Because it's emotionally draining doing a 4 or 5 hour
they come
live
to you
trying to get people to
because they
donate
know
money.
you're good people.
Yeah.
They come to you because brother, I love you to death, but I'm going to say it straight. They come to you because they know that they can pull at your heartstrings and sucker you in to do something for them. And then who knows what the fuck they're doing with that goddamn money.
Well, and the ones that I have done, I know I go in knowing
that person personally.
Right.
I know exactly what they're going to do with the money and how and what they're going to spend. And that's the thing. If I know you personally, if Bomber comes up to me and says, "Hey, bro, we're in a hard way. I need to do a fundraiser." I've known Bomber for years, so yes, I've got your back. But if somebody walks up to me or somebody comes up to me that's random on TikTok and says, "Hey, there's the fundraiser in here. Can you come in here and dance like a fucking monkey?" No, fuck you. I'm not going to.
No. There was a couple of instances where we were asked to help somebody that we knew. Okay. And I knew that they were needed what they needed.
Yeah.
But then the people that were asking for us to do this for whatever person were not participating.
Read your wife's chat.
Yeah.
Dude, she lays it down.
Oh yeah.
100% she does.
I love her already.
We all agreed that it's like, you know what? No, we're not doing this anymore because we're spending there's been times where we've been live for 10 hours dancing around, being stupid, getting pies in the face, getting sprayed with chalk cannons and glitter bombs and all that stuff. But the person that the group of people that want us to do this for said person aren't even there.
At
that point, I'm ending the live. If you're not there, if you're not with me 30 fucking minutes to an hour before the live starts, and if you're not there with me through the entire live, I'm going to jump out and go to another. Like, you know what? How about fuck you? I'm done.
Yeah, and that's
and every dime I raised, I'm not giving to you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure that I look at who gave me what, and I'm gonna send it back to them.
Yeah,
just to piss you off.
And yeah.
I mean, there's been many times that I've literally gotten from DMs that are straight out that it's like, this person's hurting, this person's hurting, this. Yeah, we all are hurting. And some of us asked for help. I'll admit it. I did. Out of the blue, I asked for help. Nobody had to, but people did.
But you don't ask.
Yeah, I just put it out there and left it alone. I didn't talk about it to anybody.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You never fucking ask.
Yeah.
Right.
You go out of your way to help a lot of people. You go out of your way to put a lot of stress on you. That's why your fucking hair is probably grayer than shit.
Well, technically, yes.
Yeah. So you go out of your way to help a lot of fucking people. There's no question about it. Okay. And then the one time you ask for help, what happened? People jumped on that shit so quickly because you swallowed your pride. You asked for help. It was fine. It was great. I at least try to dance like a damn monkey to earn my keep. I play music. I entertain. I love doing it. I don't need gifts for it. But at the time that I was doing, like whenever I was doing the 3 shows a week and doing all that was my only income. And at that point, I was like, yeah, let's hit these gift goals and stuff. Like now, I don't care if we hit the gift goals or not. I don't care if we do any of that.
Yeah.
It's now it's the simple fact that I entertain to entertain. I don't have to, but I love to.
Right.
And I'll do that, and I will consistently do that because it's for everybody. And if you want to gift me, great, gift me. I don't care. That's fine. If you don't want to, great. I don't care. That's fine. If you're there for the music and the entertainment, as long as I put a smile on your face, I'm good with that. But don't
Yeah.
come to me after I get done with the show, which I have gotten so many goddamn messages about. Don't come to me after the show saying, "Hey, this person is doing a fundraiser," or "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on." Guys, I love you to death, and I appreciate everything that you do. But at the same time, I cannot spend my entire free time going to every motherfucking live.
Yeah. I still
And-
have
and-
a
and
live to do
doing that.
myself.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spend all that time doing that. I have a family. I have a wife. I want to spend time with her. I want to have my own time.
Yeah.
People don't consider the fact that the effort in the amount that people like Bomber and Kim, the people like Pit Boss, and the people like me put into other people to try to help them out. They don't consider what that takes away in our lives. Our lives suffer because we didn't do that one thing because we had to do that live. Our lives suffer because we didn't go to the store and grab something that we needed to grab or pay the bill we needed to pay because we had to stop and dance like a monkey for you and make sure that you're okay. No, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. I refuse to do it. What I'm going to do is I will support you in the best way I can. I'll show up. I'll do what I got to do and everything. Or come to a fundraiser asking for money from the fundraiser to go to someone else.
We had that happen.
That's happened
we
too.
were doing a live.
God.
We were doing a fundraiser for somebody, and when I was meaning like the person. So let me give you the example. Say Pit Boss comes to me and asks me to do a fundraiser for you. All right. We're like, all right, we're in. We'll do it. We'll jump through our ass to do it.
Oh yeah.
The whole time we're doing it, he doesn't show up. He's not there sharing the live. He's not there promoting. He's not there getting people riled up and all this stuff to try to.
I'm not there now.
Yeah, we're doing a charity right now to help out Bones.
Yeah,
no, we're not. No, we're not.
No, so
Hey guys, don't forget to
Pit Boss comes to me wanting us to do this fundraiser, at the last second, and then comes in for 10 minutes and then chirps out for the rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, you're asking us to do something. If I came to one of you guys and asked you to do something for somebody else like that, I would be there the whole night. I would be sharing the live out. I would be making videos saying, come to this live. It's going to be an awesome night. Do this, do that, all that, to show that I'm involved. I'm part of the team.
Yeah, because you believe in what you're doing and you believe in the person you're doing it for. But ones that sit there and do the crap that they do to turn around and not show up or go do their own live. I've done a fundraiser for somebody before, and when I went to do their fundraiser, I'm sitting there doing the fundraiser for that person. They're not even in the live; they're doing their own live, and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And so I sat there and I did the whole battle thing with them. Not necessarily the battle thing, but the live with live thing.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I called them out. I was like, where the fuck are you? Well, I'm doing my own live to kind of raise money as well. Everybody's over here. That's why you have two people on yours and all your people are on mine, because they're coming to my live to do that. No, I'm done, dude. I'm at that point, I cut the live off and I told everybody, and I cut him off and I said, everybody that gave, let me know who you are, message me so I can give it back.
Right. Now, a lot of the ones that we've done, people don't know that we're doing it. A third party's come to us and said, could you help out X person? So
and
I don't
that's understandable for them not to be there.
Yeah, I've never had somebody come to me saying, I've never had a situation where, like, say Pit Boss comes to me and says, could you do a fundraiser for me? Pretty much anytime if anybody would ever say that, I'd be like, no.
Yeah. That's a no. That's a hard no. Sorry.
But yeah, we had an instance where we were doing a big fundraiser for somebody because they had lost their job. They were on hard times. They were going to lose their house, all this stuff. I mean, it was just a shit show. Somebody comes in and says, hey, that this person
I don't want your money.
Please donate money to the I Want Money Fund.
Right.
Yeah.
They came in and said, hey, such and such, they're having a hard time. Could we raise money for that person too at the same time?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I got one for you.
No.
You're gonna laugh at this. Okay. The fundraisers that happened for me. Okay. Yes, they happened. There are some of them I didn't even know that was happening. Did not know a thing. Or somebody's making something. They're selling that product on their page. Didn't know anything about it until the last second. There was actually somebody on TikTok, and I'm not going to name that person out, said they were going to do a donational thing, the setup to gift to help my family and everything else. Give a guess what didn't happen.
That donation didn't come to you.
Didn't even come.
I will send you to Jesus.
They just used it to their platform to get what they needed, and then they ran it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if you're going to donate, you donate. If you don't use somebody else's problem to make you better.
Mm-hmm.
They
There's plenty of times I could have done fundraisers on this fucking live for myself.
If anybody ever watched or followed the whole Johnny Depp thing, donate and pledge means the same thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. Donation would be
that was Amber Heard's. She was supposed to donate X amount of dollars. It was like millions of dollars to some charity, and they called her on it. She goes, "Well, I pledged it, but did you physically donate it? I pledged it. It means the same thing."
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Okay. Donation is actually giving the physical activity to the person.
I'm pledging $1 million to Bones. I don't know when you're going to get it, but I'll be 90 years old.
While you're pledging the Bones, hey guys, just want to let you know that my dog needs a new kennel. Hey, while I'm at it, I'm going to help out Bones too.
Hey, the funny part about it is that was probably the greatest hashtag ever made was #hearsay for the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. Because that was the most used fucking word in that whole trial.
We have shirts that we made that said that hearsay winery. And what is it? What the fuck does it say at the bottom?
Hearsay winery and shit on your bed.
And then it said something about
just the new wine flavor.
And I just saw the shirt the other day because Kim printed a bunch of them and
come get her new satin shit flavor.
But yeah, it said hearsay winery, and then something about it was the whatever the size drink that they kept saying that he was drinking a rather large cup of alcohol or something.
It said home of the mega
pint. Yes, it was a mega pint. And it's got a skull and crossbones on it, like a pirate.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. There you go. There's something to raise money for. See chat.
Where every
hour is happy hour.
Every hour.
Home of the mega pint, where every hour is happy hour. Come get our new satin shit flavor. It's like you dumped on your bed. Well, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, and we're gonna call this what it is. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here and watching us just be absolute fools. I hope that we touched on a subject that you wanted to hear. If you guys have any subjects that you want to talk about, please let me know. I will put this right here.
Or if you want to just go over to Bones' page over there on TikTok and DM him.
I would rather them do it this way. So if you guys want to bring up any questions or anything, that's my Gmail for the Bones Radio Show. It's the Bones Radio Show at gmail.com. Send me your thoughts, send me your questions, your suggestions, anything like that. I don't care
that's
what it
also
is. Do not abuse it. I will block you. I'm just saying. I don't care about your random pictures or your, nudes or whatever you want to send. Just send questions about the show or topics that you want us to touch on or anything like that. And then Bomber's gonna send. So
Wait a minute, what are you going to send, Bomber?
well, whatever it is, it's zoomed in.
Hold on a second. Let me take care of
Wrestling,
this.
food. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it. I love talking about wrestling. 100%. I love talking about wrestling.
Most definitely.
I've had some serious good experiences and bad experiences with wrestling. I did wrestling for 15 years, so I've met people.
She's
know the
meaning
dark side
like
of the whole thing.
WWE thing. And,
Yeah, no, that's what I did
Okay.
for 15 years. Tell
Oh
me.
yeah, why not?
Why do you think my eye likes to work the way it does? Because I went through that table that one time and that one arena.
One
But,
time at wrestling camp. Anyway, no.
Oh, God. One time at wrestling camp. But guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, everything all the YouTubers say. And we're going to get the hell out of here. So
Yay.
until next time, we'll see you guys later.